Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day. Today is Monday the 6th, and today is a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning fairly earlier than I wanted to, but it wasn't too bad. Got up, got around, got my dog outside. He did not mess on the floor overnight, which was a wonderful, wonderful thing. So went ahead, got out, grabbed my bathrobe and jumped in my hot tub, and the hot tub was 104 degrees. So that's nice. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll figure out a way to get position it. The headrest pillow things they're awful. They're miserably awful. The shape of the seat is not made for my body. I've tried every position there stuff, and it's just not great. So I'm finding myself just like sitting in a random spot, trying to like squash down as slow as I can to soak my whole body in it. Where my soft sided tub, I was there. So it just sucks because the soft sided tub was like $450, $500 like that. I think it was. I think mine got on sale for like $369, the first one, but this one was like $5,000, and I don't like it. I really don't. But hoping the actual hot water is going to help my body get back into some kind of shape, because it has been wrecked lately. Pushing that wheelchair around that cruise ship really tore up my shoulder. I didn't think about, because I guess early on I was thinking I had an electric wheelchair I bought for, so I didn't worry about it. So I had nothing really to worry about, and I didn't bother building like extension handles or making the wheelchair a taller handle so I could push it easier. But it is what it is. So pushed the wheelchair around for a week, and it really just whooped into my shoulder a lot, and I'm getting a lot of tension. My neck and shoulders and stuff are hurting me. So hoping the hot tub helps release some of that tension. So, but got down out of the hot tub, got in, got myself dressed up and ready to go. Got my dog fed, had some clients dropping some dogs off today, and trying to figure out time frames. So I told my wife, I said, hey, they got dogs coming for drop off, so I want to take you to work early if possible. And she goes, absolutely, I can do that. So I dropped her off to work early, which was kind of nice. Made it simple to be able to get her in and out of there. Dropped her off, got back home. They texted they're on their way to bring the first dog over, and I said, absolutely, works perfect, I'm here. Got the dog dropped off. It's a dog I've watched before. It's an old, just tumor ridden, little thing. He's so funny. He's a little deaf. He's a little selective deafness also, but he has a good time. So he was excited to be here. Got him inside, got him all situated and stuff. We were kind of hanging out a little bit, and then I had my second dog getting dropped off by, I don't know, a friend of the owner. I'm not sure exactly what it is. She's out of town, so they bring the dog over to my place, and then somebody else picks it up, whatever and whatnot, usually kind of thing. So worked out. She dropped dog off perfect. She gave me a heads up text, which is always so helpful. Went ahead from there, was able to get that wrapped up, and then had a basically they were interacting, and the Doberman that got dropped off second, he's like dumb. He's so funny. He's such a lover. He's such a good dog, but he's just not real bright, and he's trying to play with this old tumor-ridden dog that doesn't want nothing to do with him. So tumor-ridden dog's like walking out to go pee on some bushes. The Doberman's jumping back and forth and barking at him and trying to play with him. And at one point he stops right in front of him, gets all down, like he's nose down, ass up kind of thing. He's all staring at him like, what are you doing? Let's play. And he jumps up in the air and lands again, and the old dog just like takes 2 steps to the left, goes around him, walks over, pees in the bushes, comes back. Doesn't give one damn that Doberman's there. It's so funny. So we had a good time. The Doberman's a little bit depressed, like, come on, what's going on here? You're supposed to be playing with me. So, but we basically hung out there for a while. They were having fun. Time to take mom to the doctor's office. So I went ahead and basically loaded up, all that kind of stuff. I had a reminder set, but then like the time got away from me, so I was kind of like rushing a slight little bit. But went ahead and got her there. Plenty of time, dropped her off the door, went down, waited for her to get done. Sometimes it takes forever there, but it's usually not too long. It's not nearly as long as some of the ones waiting for the father-in-law kind of thing. So she got finished up, headed back home, hang out with dogs. We just hung outside most of the damn day, chilling out. The old dog had like a real grumbly tummy. He was just like, almost like he had just like an upset stomach kind of thing. He was just often growling, like to the point he was growling at us. I was looking like, what the hell is that noise? And I realized, oh shit, it's just his tummy. So, but it seemed to be acting fine aside from the grumbly tummy. Other than that, everything was perfectly normal. Got a call or text from the owner's husband. They're gonna pick the dog up, and he said, I'll be about 15 minutes. Showed up like 35 minutes later. He apparently didn't know how to get here and doesn't follow GPS. The guy was like, which way is the quickest way from this spot to get here? I'm like, oh, I have to go down this road here, whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. We kind of joked about that. He ended up going quite a ways south. I mean, kind of come back up north to get to me, but it is what it is. I think what happened was, I think his wife said, hey, take this road down. When you get to here, turn over. And he forgot to turn at the first spot, and then he ended up down too far. Thought, well, I'm going to keep going south because she said right across the road would take you to this, whatever, it wasn't right. So, but he made it, get the dog back. Then I had was just the Doberman, and that dog left. So it's kind of that weird time frame of with my wife, like, hey, I know I'm going to pick you up, but waiting for the dog to get picked up also before I can come get you. So they're usually here. Pretty good timing. So she'll stay there. And basically it's all good to go. Dog got picked up my wife, Gary went back home, and it was that weird time frame of like, hey, they finally picked up the dog, so I've got a weird gap. It's like they picked the dog up early, so I'm like, I got a bit of a weird gap time wise. I have time to go run and get a shower before I come get you, but I'll be picking you up a little bit late, or I can go get you, come back, and then run afterwards. And she goes, well, you come get me now, or early than late. I was like, shit. So, because of that weird time frame that pushed it back, I was like, no big deal. I got a meet and greet set up for 7, which again isn't a big deal if I pick her up at 5, get back home back home and running by 5:30. So I'm back home, showered. Might have time for dinner, but we're just having leftovers, so not a big deal. On the way back, went and picked her up. On the way back, I told her, hey, you're having leftovers, so you guys eat on your own time, because there's a chance I won't be able to eat till after my meet and greet is over at 7 o'clock. And she's like, okay, whatever. So I went and got my run in, and I got done with my run. I got back and I grabbed my shower, and I'm like, just in that time frame where I ain't got time to eat. So let's go ahead and eat. So I went ahead, heated myself up my leftovers, knocked out, got a text from people saying, hey, we're on our way, which could mean literally, I've had clients that live 3 minutes from my house. I have clients that live 3 hours from my house. So it could be anything. I'm like, that's why I asked for an ETA. So nothing. So I'm hitting like kind of rush eating, not knowing how far away they live. And I'm like, what a pain in the butt. For this meet and greet, there's the father has 2 little dogs. The son has 2 big dogs. They're want me to watch all 4 at once. They're taking a trip, whatever. Get there, and they show up 22 minutes early. And I'm like, how the fuck are you 22 minutes early? Like, that's just rude. And you didn't give me an ETA of, hey, we're on our way. Again, I don't know where the hell you live, because I don't give you an address for you. I gave you my address. So I didn't have my food done, but I had enough of it done that I was gonna be all right. And I also had that weird thought of, this is not enough to reheat. It's just in that right amount where I hate throwing it away. There's no way I'm gonna reheat this amount, because it's just not gonna happen. So went ahead and said, hell with it. And I went ahead and they got there, went out and met him. The older gentleman, he's out and he's talking about stuff. He's like, your dogs out? I'm like, yeah, you need to bring the dogs out. Then his son parked out front. So your 4 dogs can't even ride in the same vehicle together, which, okay, whatever. And it could have been a thing. Son's coming from a different house, father's house, because they don't live together, blah, blah, whatever. So I'm like, who knows what the deal is there. So he's having trouble getting his own dogs on leash. And he finally gets on leash, and they're not well behaved, but they're whatever, they're little. We can figure it out. And then the son gets the big dog out. And I'm like, isn't there supposed to be 4? He goes, yeah, that one's in there. They chewed the collar off, so I don't have a collar for this. And I'm like, on the truck right over here? Or like earlier day? It's like it was earlier in the day, but he didn't think about it, that now, new neighborhood, didn't have a way of keeping the dog over. So I need to borrow a leash. And he's like, hey, I got it. So we brought the 3 dogs in, and the 2 little dogs start growling at this guy's bigger dog, which is like, what the fuck? I'm like, then as the son went back out to get the other dog, I'm like, hey, these dogs hang around each other often. Like, you want me to watch all 4 of these at one time? So is there, like, is this what they, like, they spend time together? And he's like, no, not really. We shared a house during the last hurricane, but mostly he just kept his dogs in the crate and I'm like, because your dogs suck? And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So we looked around. The little dogs were literally trying to bite. Son brought the other big dog in. It's a Rottweiler Pit Bull mix, and then it looks like a Black Shepherd. And super sweet. The Black Shepherd's a little bit high energy, but not too bad. And the little Rottweiler Pit Bull mix loves to play ball. Like, that dog is obsessed with playing fetch. So I'm like, hey, no big deal. Talked a little bit, and the little dogs, the dad's dogs, are legitimately trying to like bite the son's dogs. I was like, what the fuck? And he doesn't even seem to like correct them. And the son hasn't looked like, you gotta be shitting me here. I'm like, Well, I'm like, right now, I wanted to scream, how about you just leave? The son's dog is here and see how it goes down. But literally, his son's dogs were ignoring the dad's dogs so bad that I was like, okay, they're good. Like, they don't care. Like, these dogs are literally having these little dogs biting at their face, and they don't seem to give a damn. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure these dogs are well behaved. They're a little high energy, but they're really well temperamented and whatever. I think they're very good. So I went ahead, went and got Bruce, introduced Bruce to him. The little dogs tried to growl and bark at Bruce, and I said, control that shit. Like, just, that's no. And so I went ahead and Bruce met the other two dogs, didn't care, nobody had a problem. They were more excited about, you know, basically playing ball still. Didn't really care about Bruce, they all got their sniffs in, everything's all good to go. No ball aggression, no nothing going on. I was like taking the ball from him, Bruce took the ball from him, everything was great. So I told him, like, I'll watch the two big dogs, but I'm not watching your two little shit dogs. And the guy looked at me and I go, we'll change the booking. I'll watch the two big dogs, but not the two little dogs. And he's like, oh, okay, it'll be a lot easier to find somebody to watch the little dogs. So, because he'd been painting this whole time, like his son's dogs were a pain in the ass and hard to deal with. I'm like, your son's dogs are angels compared to your little shit nuts there. So I modified the stay, booked the two big dogs, and sent him home, knowing the big dogs were taken care of, and the little dogs, you gotta find his own spot. I don't care. Don't affect me. So did cut my income in half on that, but didn't want to deal with the first two. The little ones were just, even if you paid me double, wouldn't have taken them. I just don't need the money that bad. So went ahead and said, hell with it. And from there, they headed out. Again, like I said, I wasn't going to do my leftover dinner. I was going to try and reheat it again. So threw it away, and then ended up watching the rest of Grace and Frankie because we weren't even close to being done with the episodes. Watched it, and then we chatted a little bit, talked about a few different things, talked about the kind of car my wife wants. Now I guess she's interested in like possibly a, lack of a better term, I call it like a throwaway car, like something under 10 grand. Like that $5,000-$10,000 range that you buy, you drive until something major breaks on it, and you throw it away. If there's little things, you'll keep repairing them, but you know at some point, possibly in the very near future, there's going to be a major repair. Let's say spin a main bearing, or you know, some transmission goes out, $4,500 for a transmission. You're not putting that in a $7,000 car. So now if you love that car and you plan on keeping the car forever, whole different world. That's up to you. Spend all the money in the world on it. I don't give a shit there, but not on this kind of thing. So I think when she started looking at the fact that the cars that she liked in the new range were in that $90,000 range kind of thing, is kind of what we're looking at spending. She kind of chickened out a little bit on dropping $90K on a car, mostly part of my fault. But I'm like, we don't do payments. We can write a check for something, but we don't do payments. And I'm trying to get her to get something cool, like an old, you know, Mustang, or like an old Triumph Spitfire. I'm trying to get something unique and cool that, you know, we have an extra vehicle, so we have multiple extra vehicles actually. But I said, if you get a fun to drive convertible, and by fun I mean something I enjoy taking through a corner every once in a while, something I enjoy, you know, turning the wheel and hitting the corner, not a Lexus, you know, convertible, or not a Buick convertible. Get a real convertible, not a little Baron, and then I'll get rid of my vet, and then that'll free us up one more insurance spot and one spot in the garage, so your convertible can be in the garage. And then we'll keep the Focus as my truck with the trailer on the Focus. I'll sell my truck also, and then we'll be down to basically just the three vehicles. So we have a spare, which will be the Focus, the Suburban, and then the whatever she gets. And she hasn't made her mind up now, but now that she's telling me she's willing to drive a $5,000 or $10,000 car that's got 180,000 miles on it, then changes my whole outlook on whether it is completely. So I went ahead and also listed my vet up on Facebook Marketplace. Not really excited about it, but listed up on there, kind of offering to sell it and or trade it for something fun and automatic, because if I could just swap it over for something else, that would save me some taxes on the buying the plates and stuff for it, sales tax on the car by doing a trade. And two, it would automatically eliminate my parking spot problems and my insurance problems, so that way we're not adding another car on there. We can swap the plates and all that stuff over, so go from there. But yeah, who knows, hard telling. So got done there, ended up having myself a little cigar outside, enjoying the night with no dogs again. I got dogs coming in the morning, and then, or just one dog that's coming in the morning, and then I'm gonna go try and probably work on my Suburban tomorrow. since it's not gonna be that big a deal, and we'll see how it goes down. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.